Don't let it go out, Ben, he hissed, his voice barely a whisper against the wind. If we lose this flame, we lose everything. The tiny embers sputtered, threatening to surrender to the suffocating darkness, as Ben watched, frozen in a moment of sheer panic. This is the story of how a simple survival trip became a grueling test of will. We invite you to listen to the story. Welcome to THUY's survival life. It all began with one man, a figure we'll call Alex, stepping away from civilization. With a heavy pack on his shoulders, he moved with the quiet confidence of someone who believes they belong in the wild. He surveyed his surroundings, not as a tourist, but as a temporary resident seeking to understand the land's secrets. But even the most experienced outdoorsman can be humbled by what the wilderness holds in store. The initial goal was clear: find a suitable location and establish a base camp before his partner arrived. With his blade drawn, he begins the first crucial task of any survival scenario: the creation of fire, humanity's oldest ally against the cold and dark. As the sun began to dip below the horizon, the temperature started its steady decline. He gathered his tinder, a bed of dry leaves that held the potential for life-saving warmth. Every piece of wood, every dry leaf, was a testament to his foresight and preparation. Even Miss Hen, a curious local resident, seemed to be observing his progress with a critical eye. He knew that a successful fire was the foundation upon which the entire expedition would rest. A spark catches. It's a small victory, but in the wilderness, there are no small victories. Slowly, he nurtures the flame, feeding it, encouraging it to grow stronger. Soon, a steady fire dances before him, pushing back the encroaching shadows of the night. This single point of light transforms a patch of dark woods into a temporary home. He holds the power of warmth in his hands, a primal connection to his earliest ancestors. Sometime later, his companion Ben arrives, and together they establish their shelter. But the scenes that follow tell a story not of action, but of forced inaction. They are confined, trapped beneath their tarp, prisoners of an unseen force. Perhaps a relentless storm has descended upon the forest, turning the ground to mud and making any movement impossible. This is where the true test of survival begins. Not a test of strength, but of patience. The minutes stretch into hours, and the hours into what must feel like an eternity. Look at the subtle expressions. The initial thrill of the adventure is gone. In its place is the quiet, gnawing pressure of confinement with only one other person. Their world has shrunk to the small space beneath this temporary roof. They do what they can to pass the time, but there is no escaping the monotony. The mind can become a dangerous place when left with nothing but time and idle thoughts. Small habits and annoyances can quickly become amplified in such close quarters. How do you maintain morale when you're trapped, cold and damp for days on end? It's a psychological challenge far greater than building a fire or finding food. The bond of friendship itself is being tested by this relentless waiting game. They sit in silence, each lost in his own thoughts, the unspoken tension hanging in the air. Ben's face reveals the strain of the ordeal, a weariness that goes deeper than simple fatigue. This is the unglamorous reality of survival. It's often not about dramatic encounters, but about enduring the quiet desperation of waiting. They try to connect, to find some semblance of their normal camaraderie. But the environment seems to drain their energy and their spirits. It's a stark reminder that nature is indifferent to human plans and desires. What would you do in this situation? How would you and a friend handle being cooped up like this for an unknown period of time? Let us know in the comments. They continue their vigil, watching the rain fall, waiting for a sign that their ordeal is ending. Alex seems to retreat inward, his gaze distant and contemplative. He understands that this mental battle is the most critical one they will face. Every moment they remain calm and rational is a victory against the encroaching despair. The landscape around them offers no comfort, only shades of gray and green. The persistent dampness seeps into their clothes and their bones. This is a lesson in humility, a powerful reminder of man's vulnerability. They share what little comforts they have, a silent acknowledgement of their shared fate. Friendship in these conditions is not about conversation. It is about shared presence and mutual support. Alex takes a moment alone, perhaps to recenter himself and gather his thoughts. Leading in a survival situation often means managing your own psychology first. And so they wait. A simple hat becomes a shield, not just from the elements, but from the oppressive atmosphere of their confinement. You can see the toll it's taking, the way they slump, conserving every ounce of energy. Their shelter, once a symbol of ingenuity, now feels like a cage. And yet, they endure. They have each other, and for now, that has to be enough. The forest watches, silent and unmoving, as this small human drama unfolds. Survival is 90% mental. and their resilience is being tested to its absolute limit. They persist through another cycle of waiting, their hope for a break in the weather dwindling with each passing hour. A single can of beer becomes a cherished luxury, a fleeting taste of the world they left behind. It is in these small rituals that they find the strength to continue. They maintain their discipline, staying close to the relative safety of their camp. They understand that a single misstep in these conditions could be disastrous. This small comfort is a temporary escape, a moment of reprieve from the harshness of their reality. They sit together, united by their shared struggle against the elements. Their silence is not awkward, but necessary, a conservation of energy and emotion. Ben's focus is inward, his thoughts a mystery. They are two individuals, but they must function as a single unit to overcome this. The psychological weight of the situation is immense. Every choice, no matter how small, has consequences. And so they continue to wait for their opportunity, for any sign of change. Their patience is a survival tool as vital as any knife or fire starter. A shared glance can communicate more than words ever could in this environment. They remain vigilant, aware that the forest is always testing them. This is a masterclass in endurance. A brief check of a phone. Is it for a signal, or just a comforting habit from another life? Another can is opened, another small act of defiance against their bleak circumstances. These moments of manufactured normalcy are what keep them grounded. They have settled into a rhythm of waiting, a grim routine they must maintain. The temporary shelter is their entire world, and they must protect it and each other until the siege is lifted. It's a reminder that survival isn't always about action. Sometimes it's about knowing when to do nothing at all. The gear they brought provides a thin barrier against the hostile environment. A warm drink can be a powerful morale booster, chasing away some of the deep chill. Alex maintains his watchful posture, the unspoken leader of this two-man tribe. They are in this together, for better or for worse. Finally, a chance to eat something more substantial than a snack. Nourishment for the body is nourishment for the mind. The simple act of sharing a meal reinforces their bond. It is a moment of peace in the midst of their ongoing trial. But even in this moment, the outside world intrudes, if only for a second. The weight of their isolation is a constant presence. Then, at last, the oppressive fog begins to lift, revealing the world they have been hiding from. With the weather clearing, their focus immediately shifts to securing a significant source of protein. A successful hunt means a hot meal and a massive boost to their spirits and energy reserves. After days of cold rations, the promise of cooked food is a powerful motivator. The camp comes alive with purposeful activity. Each man knows his role, and they work with an efficiency born of necessity. The preparation begins, a ritual that is both practical and deeply satisfying. Every part of the process is handled with care and respect for the resources they have. The sizzling of food in a hot pan is the sound of victory. This meal is more than just sustenance. It is a reward for their endurance. It represents a turning point in their journey, a shift from passive waiting to active survival. Even the simple act of pouring a drink feels different now, charged with a sense of accomplishment. A hearty stew simmers, its aroma filling the small clearing. They are replenishing not just their bodies, but their weary souls. Cooking over an open flame is a skill that connects them directly to a more ancient way of life. The fire transforms raw ingredients into a life-sustaining feast. There is an art to controlling the heat, to knowing exactly when the food is ready. This is a celebration of their resilience. Every element, down to the last vegetable, contributes to this moment of triumph. The focus is intense. There is no room for error. This process is methodical and deliberate, a welcome contrast to the chaos of the storm. The first taste is a moment of pure, unadulterated relief and satisfaction. The tools they carry are extensions of their will to survive. In the quiet moments, they even find companionship with the local fauna, a stray cat drawn by the warmth. They have successfully extracted a bounty from the land, a testament to their skill. And yet, the tether to the modern world is never completely severed. A quick check of the device reminds us of the life that awaits them outside this bubble of wilderness. With their bellies full, a sense of calm settles over the two men. They can afford a moment of relaxation, a brief pause in the constant demands of survival. But even in rest, they remain aware of their surroundings. The knife is always close at hand, a reminder that they are guests in a world governed by different rules. This is a moment of quiet contemplation, a time to process the events of the past few days. The simple act of eating is now savored, no longer taken for granted. The fire continues its work, providing warmth and security as night begins to fall. In the darkness, the flames seem to burn even brighter, a lone beacon of human presence. The pot, now empty, is a symbol of their success. Ben eats with a hunger that is both physical and emotional. They are restoring the energy that the cold and the waiting stole from them. Each mouthful is a small victory against the forces that challenge them. They are in a cycle of effort and reward, the fundamental rhythm of life in the wild. Alex, too, partakes in the meal he helped create, his satisfaction evident. This shared experience has strengthened their partnership. With their immediate needs met, they can finally afford a moment of true rest. The fire dies down to glowing embers, a comforting presence through the night. They stand together by the warmth, two figures against the vast, dark expanse of the forest. There is a profound sense of camaraderie in these quiet moments. The night is not empty, but filled with the unseen life of the forest. The fire is their shield against the unknown things that move in the darkness. Even their feline visitor seems to understand the sanctity of the firelight. The outside world seems a million miles away. A single candle can hold a surprising amount of power against an overwhelming darkness. It is a symbol of hope and human ingenuity. Ben appears more relaxed now, the harsh lines of stress on his face softened by the firelight. Above them, a canopy of stars emerges, a breathtaking sight, far from the light pollution of cities. This is one of the profound rewards of venturing so deep into nature. It is a view that inspires awe and a sense of one's small place in the universe. The silent trees stand like sentinels beneath the cosmic display. The next morning, they are packed and ready to continue their journey. The experience has clearly had an impact, forcing them to live completely in the present moment. They leave their campsite, a place of both hardship and triumph. The simple act of walking feels different after being stationary for so long. Rest is essential for recovery, and they take breaks when needed. They are now moving deeper into the woods, exploring new territory. Their bodies are tired, but their spirits have been renewed. They find shelter where they can, using natural formations to their advantage. The routine of survival continues with the all-important task of managing their water supply. Alex takes a moment to hydrate, a simple but critical action. Small sips, taken regularly, are key to maintaining peak physical and mental condition. They must carefully ration their resources, never knowing what lies ahead. Every drop of purified water is precious. This constant need for water governs their every move and decision. The process is slow and methodical, but absolutely non-negotiable for their survival. With their water replenished, they press onward as a team. They document their journey, capturing the raw beauty of their surroundings. Their gear shows the wear and tear of the trail, each piece telling a story of use. The cycle of purification begins again, a constant rhythm of their life on the move. They also take the opportunity to forage, adding to their supplies with what the forest provides. In the dim light, they rely on their tools to prepare for the evening. A small cup of coffee heated over the fire is a luxury that feels like a feast. Every piece of equipment has a purpose and must be meticulously maintained. Even discarded items can be repurposed by a skilled survivalist. The preparation for the evening meal begins, a familiar and comforting routine. The simple click of a lighter signifies the start of another warm meal and a safe night. They eat whatever they have, grateful for the calories and the warmth. A bowl of hot soup is the perfect remedy for a long day of hiking in the cold. It's a moment of quiet satisfaction, earned through a hard day's work. Their camp is a small pocket of warmth and life in the vast wilderness. Alex takes his turn preparing the food, a shared responsibility. He sits on a rock, his posture relaxed but still aware. The focus required for cooking is a form of meditation, a way to clear the mind. The sounds and smells of cooking are a comfort in any environment. Ben relaxes in the tent, finding comfort with a canine companion that has joined their expedition. A piece of fresh fruit is a welcome treat, a burst of natural sugar and energy. They eat well, knowing they need the fuel for the journey ahead. Stripped of modern comforts, they have found a deeper appreciation for these simple necessities. This grounded existence has a purity that is hard to find in the modern world. The open fire grill is a simple, effective, and ancient cooking method. It imparts a flavor and character to the food that no modern appliance can replicate. Life in the forest is teeming, even at the smallest scale. And then we see it. The anomaly, a laptop computer in the heart of the wilderness. This single object shatters the entire narrative of primitive survival. It's a jarring juxtaposition of two completely different worlds. Why is it here? What purpose does it serve that is so important it justifies the wait and risk? This is no longer just a story about man versus nature. It is now a mystery. Is he a writer documenting his experience, or is he connected to a job he couldn't leave behind? Perhaps he is running from something, and this device is his only link to the world he fled. The presence of this technology raises profound questions about what it means to truly escape. They resume their journey, but a new layer of intrigue now follows their every step. The pack on Alex's back seems heavier now, laden not just with gear, but with secrets. What are your thoughts on this? Does bringing technology like this into the wild defeat the entire purpose of the experience? He moves through the woods with a new air of complexity about him. The walking stick that was once a simple tool now seems like the staff of a man walking between two worlds. Their pace is steady, pushing them further from civilization, yet they carry a piece of it with them. The forest is home to many creatures, like Danny the duck, all of whom are blissfully unaware of the human drama passing through. The woods continue to test their physical limits. Their journey eventually leads them to the edge of a large, tranquil body of water. The mist hanging over the lake gives it an ethereal, mysterious quality. After days of travel, dirt, and sweat, the water offers an irresistible invitation. It is a chance to wash away the grime of the trail. Together, they decide to embrace the cleansing power of the cold water. The initial shock of the temperature is a powerful jolt to the system. It's a moment of pure, unadulterated sensory input, a reminder that they are truly alive. This is more than just a bath. It is a symbolic act of renewal. They are washing away not just the dirt, but the fatigue and the psychological strain of their ordeal. In this moment, stripped of their gear, they are completely vulnerable and at one with the environment. There's a sense of freedom and release in this act. They emerge from the water, changed, with a renewed vigor for the path that lies ahead. The cold has sharpened their senses and cleared their minds. They stand for a moment, taking in the raw beauty of the location. This is a reward that no amount of money can buy. It is a moment of pure connection with the natural world. Alex seems to absorb the energy of the place, finding a moment of inner peace. Refreshed and revitalized, they are ready to face the next challenge. The tattoos on his skin tell a story, just as the journey is creating a new one. Every mark, every scar, is a part of who he is. They dress and prepare to leave the lakeside, carrying its tranquility with them. Their journey continues along the rocky shoreline, their steps more confident now. They move in sync, a team that has been tested and proven strong. They navigate the terrain with a skill that has been sharpened by experience. Alex pauses, once again scanning the path ahead, always thinking 2 steps forward. The weight of the pack is a familiar comfort now, a symbol of his self-reliance. Each step is a deliberate choice, a careful placement on the uneven ground. He has learned to read the landscape, to anticipate its challenges. Their teamwork is seamless, built on a foundation of shared hardship and trust. They help each other navigate the more difficult sections of the trail. This partnership is their greatest asset in the wilderness. They are no longer just 2 friends on a trip. They are a survival unit. The stream is their guide, leading them out of the dense forest. They follow its path, knowing it will eventually lead them back towards civilization. They have faced the wilderness and emerged stronger and wiser. They now notice the small details of the forest, the delicate plants that they might have overlooked before. They have learned to see the world with new eyes. Even their gear, like these well-worn boots, has become a part of their story. Alex is ever the pragmatist, his knife ready for any task that arises. He takes a knee, not in defeat, but to get a closer look at the world at his feet. This journey has taught him the importance of paying attention to the small things. He stands as a figure who has been shaped by the land he has traversed. The tools of survival are simple but effective in the right hands. He is comfortable here, at home in a world that many would find intimidating. His posture is relaxed, his movements efficient. He points out a detail to his companion, sharing the knowledge he has gained. A moment of reflection before the final push. He seems to be taking a final mental picture of this place. The forest has left its mark on him, both physically and mentally. Even as they prepare to leave, they remain cautious and prepared. His journey through these woods is nearing its end. But the lessons learned here will stay with him forever. He is a different man from the one who first walked into this forest. With a final look back, they begin their walk out, heading back to the world they left behind. They leave behind nothing but footprints, taking with them nothing but memories. A journey of survival has concluded, but the story of their experience is just beginning. If you enjoyed this story, please like and share and leave a comment with your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe to the THUY Survival Life channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss